Hi folks, and welcome to my Surge Let's Play. My name is Tavorn, and yeah, I'm going to be playing through the Surge from start to finish. So, I'm sure several people are going to be wondering why I'm playing such an old game at this point in time. And honestly, there's a few reasons. One, I'm missing like one trophy for the platinum, so there's as good a reason as any to go through and get it. Two, I genuinely love the game and just, yeah, I'm gonna play through it yet again.
We are building the path to the future. Follow us into a new era, a utopia for all mankind. With every launch, we're healing our planet, restoring its shield.
Third reason, with the recent release of the new Lords of the Fallen, been thinking a lot about the first one, which was pretty bad, and also about just Deck 13 Studios, who made the original Lords of the Fallen, and just kind of wondering what they had done if it had stuck with them. Because, I mean, the Surge is definitely not a perfect game. 7, 8 on a really good day out of 10. But yeah, I genuinely think it's like the sequel, especially Surge 2 is a great game.
And I'm glad to see ya.
8 to 9 out of 10. And having seen everything about the new Lords of the Fallen and the production issues, the performance issues, and just like, I don't know, I was actually excited when they first announced it, and was like, yeah, that could be great. And then, like, I've seen some people playing it, and like, it just looks like a bunch of bullshit. Even even the developer came out and was like, yeah, we're not gonna fix enemy placement or anything like that because that's what we meant to do. And like, why would you mean to do that? Like, I've seen the boss fights, they just look dull.
Final stop.
So your entire difficulty is just throwing as much bullshit as you can at people? Like, that's... No.
Welcome to CREO.
That's not good game design. That's intentionally making something frustrating in order to draw out the difficulty of it. Plus, like, infinitely spawning enemies in a Souls-like. No, that's just not cool, man.
Welcome to registration.
I do love that. Just a random bit of physics there that you can...
in the right tool for the right job and the right person to wield it.
Alright, so,
Please choose from our
the Surge. Enough about Lords of the Fallen and how disappointed I am in that game.
You will receive your personal work gear voucher after registration.
We are going to go with the Rhino set, because honestly you can get a full Link set
CREO has the job for you.
Easily.
Because as a heavy operator, you can literally do
I like
that. Pure power,
to run
relentless
the
performance. Nothing can hold you back.
heavier armor with the
Then join us as a heavy operator and save tomorrow today.
Shush. I like to run the heavy gear with the faster weapons. Usually like a staff, just because It's hard to argue. Oh, I never noticed he was wearing an Iron Moss shirt. Huh. Wonder why I never caught that. But yeah, I like to run high impact, high speed, which works best with stuff that it raises your impact on your attack. Eventually we'll end up in Sentinel gear, I'm sure, instead of Goliath, but you don't get Sentinel gear. I think earliest Sentinel pieces you're going to get are in the second area. Anyway, so I'm going to go with Rhino. I'm going to say right now I will put a tag up in the corner here for people to skip, because I know this next part is really pretty brutal. Like, if you have a problem with like the executions in these games, cool, don't watch the series. There's nothing I can do about that. There's going to be a lot of executions, a lot of body parts getting sliced and ripped off. It's just a thing. Key point of the game. But if you have like surgery nightmares, horrors, whatever you want to call it, phobia, there will be a tag. Go ahead and click that, and I will link it to the timestamp just after the next cutscene. So, if you're squeamish about surgery, click now, because this is a messed up cutscene.
Rig installation program running.
If you're still here, too late.
Program complete.
Yeah.
Patient sedated.
Nope.
Initiating surgery.
Definitely not sedated. Good. You realize those screws got to be hitting bone. Ugh.
Implanting neural link.
Whew. So much what the fuck. I have often wondered, because I don't think they ever actually say what was wrong with his legs. Curious if it was like physical damage or paralysis. Like, did he have sensation? I don't know. Just a random thought. Like, I had an uncle who, got into a motorcycle wreck in his younger days. Destroyed the bones and muscles in his legs. So when I was younger, he could still sort of walk if necessary, or if somebody was willing to assist him. And then as he got older, just the muscles had atrophied over time, and he was 100% in a wheelchair. But, he could still feel his legs. They didn't work right. So, just a random thought about whether or not they ever actually say what happened to Warren here. Don't think they do. know the Walk in the Park DLC, which we'll probably be doing some of. I know the Walk in the Park DLC does explain what he's doing at CREO, but don't think it ever explains what happened to his legs. Oh. Come. Jump. Really hate this section. Nope. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, God, I really thought they were going to get me. All that for those. There. Fault detected. Get this place back online.
Are you receiving? Hello?
Come on.
Can you hear me? Are you still there? Your rig has been damaged. You need to get...
Well, okay. I'll just...
I certainly... But there should be a maglev station near...
I don't know you. I'm surrounded by dead people here.
I'm sorry, maybe you can... Operations or...
On my way.
There.
Be careful. And don't...
Doing that, and then... Woohoo! Oh, I hate that thing. Really hate that thing. See, I'll say this for this game. I don't care who you are, you really can't deny that the boss fights in this game are...
I can't believe they just fired
The enemies are insane.
After the years of hard work and dedication she's put into this company. I suppose that's what you get when you stand up for your convictions. The worrying thing is, she's right. I've seen the data. We've got to keep working, now more than ever. Lesser people would give up, but she's not one of them. And if she won't, I won't.
So, if you've never played the Surge or Surge 2, the key point is attacking specific body parts. Blue means it's unarmored, and yellow means that it is armored. So you do more damage and more stagger to an unarmored body part and less to an armored one. But at the same time, in a minute here, we're gonna be able to perform executions. And in order to get new gear, you have to cut off enemy body parts to collect their equipment. So you need schematic or parts to make an arm or a piece of armor equipment. Then you got to cut off an arm that has that armor on it. You need a new weapon. You don't have to craft weapons. There it is. You don't have to craft weapons, but in order to collect them, you have to cut off the right arm of the enemy, and then you'll get the weapon from them.
Hello.
Now I can put in the new power supply. There we go. Now we can do implants, and we can do implants, and we can raise core power. So there's no stats in this game. The only stat really that you have to worry about managing is core power, but what core power actually is the cost of your combined power or your combined implants and equipment. So your armor and your implants.
Connection to database restored.
Core power determines
Checking
how much
database.
you can
Gear
use,
voucher
and it's also
detected.
used for a few
Gear voucher redeemed.
locked areas. There's my schematics for those. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and swap to a staff just because I prefer them. And I don't have enough to. I think that'll be enough. Yep. Alright.
Take care.
You're still here. I can't do any more. You need to get...
On my way.
Alright. Come over here. Unlock that later, but go ahead and grab that. So yeah, core power, total core power determines your equipment. Now, I say there's no stats, and there's not. And I know that a lot of people didn't like that because, you know, the old, like, the Souls-like concept is you raise your stats, you get your weapons. Weapons are determined, or what weapons you use depend on what stats you have. But the actual way to think about it in this game is that your gear is your stats. Like, oh, come here. Your gear and your implants are your stats. And you can change gear on the fly. Like at any point in time, I can just come in here and change my gear up. You have to go back to like the majority of your implants are not going to be something you can change unless you're at a med bay. But like you've got implants that are going to
Why don't you listen?
increase your
Upgrade your power core or replace it. Otherwise, you ain't getting through that door.
increase your stamina and your
Power capacity.
energy.
Security is gonna end up all over
Like
your ass.
they're passive implants that are going to raise your
This is our golden ticket out of here, man.
your various stats and give you special effects, and that's the real like build concept in this game is what implants you're using and what armor you're running. That's your build. And I think a lot of people just for one reason or another didn't like that. Can't really say why. I personally find it just fine. Like, yeah, a huge part of Souls-likes is building your character. I don't really see why that has to be based on stats from leveling versus the equipment. Like, I don't know. It just always seems strange to me that people were upset by that. But, I mean, to each their own. Let's see. Oh, come on, give me that. Trying to get the backstab on this dude. Alright, there's not a traditional Souls-like backstab. Instead, if I could get it to work, I was gonna show it. Instead of a, like, actually, like, stab them and stun them, what you get instead is you get behind them, get off an attack, and it will, you'll kick them in the back of the knee, and then you can hit them with a regular attack, but it's going to be extra damage. It does interrupt, it does stun them for a second, but then you can just make an extra attack for extra damage. I do wish that there was like unique animations for it, would be cool, but whatever. Still good with it. There we go. And then the other that dude's using the S tiers, the like Saw sword, so really I don't think I was going to be able to get off the counterattack on him. The other mechanic that this game uses is a directional parry system.
We've had issues with Robert Weave again.
So,
This time about the exoskeleton
if you hold
program.
block and
He
then
refused to have the implant surgery.
hit down on your camera, up on your camera, you'll duck or jump.
But no, thinks management will use it to control the workforce.
And then you
Brought up this
can,
union nonsense
well,
again. If he poisons the others, it could put us months
add
behind
a stamina.
schedule. It's
And then
amazing. He doesn't
immediately
seem to
hit the
make his job
attack.
easier. I recommend termination.
And you can do
Never put up with too much of his trash talking.
a pretty powerful counterattack on them. Sort of useful, sort of irritating. The sequel does a better job with it in that it has a system that'll tell you what direction the attack's coming from. I also prefer that it is quad directional instead of just up and down. Because only two directions is really not that impressive. And also you just don't know, you don't really know whether you're supposed to jump or duck. So it's really just a matter of you have to know enemy attacks in order to even like successfully use that system. Hold still. Like, there's enemies later on that I absolutely, like, the easiest way to deal with them is to hit them with that counterattack. There we go. But it is kind of useless for the most part, I would say. Then there's also various combos by switching up your horizontal R1s with your vertical R2s. But I don't really have enough stamina at the moment to really put that to use. Because those combo chains are pretty long and require a fair amount of stamina to be able to pull off effectively. Nope. Didn't expect you to come over here. Let's see. The other thing about executions, you do have to do a certain amount of damage to a body part before you can do an execution and collect that body part. So just swinging at an enemy without a body part selected, you're really never going to have any control over or going to get the parts. Also, if you are targeting a right arm and you keep coming at them from the left, you're probably not going to get the part either.
Good to see you.
Let's see, what all did I collect? Got the vibro cutter, specter bite, and I have all 4 pieces of Link's gear, so I need that. I need that. Alright, I can do 1 leg, so I need some legs, and... Oh, out of tech scrap? Wow, okay. Didn't expect to run out of tech scrap there. Alright, so... I am actually going to, for the meantime... And I'll go ahead and make the full set, I guess. But for right now, I am going to be running a mix of equipment. I'll be running... Oh, well... Dang it. Alright. I don't think I've got enough. Well, I should have enough scrap to. So, yeah. What I'm going to be doing right now, is running a mix of equipment with the Link's body gear, Link's headpiece, and Link's legs. Once I can make another leg. Alright, that's all I can do right now. And the reason I'm doing that is when you compare the equipment, you'll notice stability is high for Goliath class, which is your heavy stuff. Higher core power consumption, higher impact, lower attack speed. So light gear makes you faster, but doesn't give you an impact bonus. And it lowers your stability. Stability determines whether or not when you block an attack, if the enemy is going to bounce off of you and open them up to another attack, or if they're going to be able to continue the combo and keep coming at you. So you want stability high if you're going to do a lot of blocking, because it also reduces how much stamina you lose when they connect. But I'm not going to use the heavy legs, because you'll see stamina consumption on a heavy leg, your run and your dodge actually take up more stamina. I don't even have a heavy body gear to show, but body gear will actually just increase. Heavy body gear just gives you a higher stamina consumption for everything, while lighter gear gives you a reduction. And like there's pretty much the core concept of the game. If you want to be quick, you go with light gear because it gives you better stamina usage. Lighter arms will give you better attack speed. If you want to hit something hard, then you're going to go with impact. But that's also going to lower your attack speed, which is why it's actually kind of better to use a faster, lighter weapon with heavy gear, just to offset that attack speed change. So let's see, what have I got? Picked up a sustaining array, I don't want that. Plasmic regenerator, I'm not really a fan. So it doesn't matter, I don't have any core power to spare anyway right now. But yeah, so that's the first part. Next part we'll proceed through this. I think we'll finish up this first area and maybe get to the boss, maybe not. I know we'll kill an elite or two, and I'll show you a few special enemies to worry about. But until then, y'all be good to yourselves and take it easy.